As we've been discussing abstract art for the past couple of weeks, today we're going to be looking at the artist Dale Chihuly, who is an abstract artist. Um, Dale Chihuly is kind of an interesting artist in the fact that he is an abstract artist. His primary type of work is done with glass. He's a glass blower, but he makes these abstract pieces using abstract elements of glass. One of the interesting things about him is, although he is still a current working artist today, um, he's gone through a lot in his life, and we'll learn a little bit more about that here in a little while. But in 1976, while Chihuly was in England, he was involved in a head-on car accident. During the time, he flew through his windshield and his face was severely cut by glass and he was blinded in his left eye. So whenever we see interviews of him, you'll find that he wears an eye patch over it. And after recovering, he still continued to blow glass until he dislocated his left shoulder in 1979 while he was in a surfing accident. So, although he's no longer able to glass blow himself because he physically cannot do that, he has hired help that helps him do it. They work at his as an apprentice for him. So, the piece that we're looking at here, this here is actually located in Omaha at the Joslin Museum, and it's a very beautiful piece. And over here is a closer look at it, okay? And this is all done by glass blowing, but we can see the abstract art elements that are in it using the colors, the forms, the shapes. Here's another piece that is also located in the Joslin Museum across the way on the other side of the windows, done by Chihuly. This one looks a little different. It still is an abstract piece, but compared to the one previous, there's some different qualities in the coloring in the glass. Um, Sometimes people even see that it looks like a bunch of birthday balloons put together. Another interesting thing about Dale Chihuly is that although he cannot create his own work anymore, he has an apprenticeship program where he he comes up with the designs, he creates them, but his apprentices actually do the labor, they do the manual work for him, so he's still able to create his work. Now, as we've been talking about abstract paintings for the last couple of weeks, we've been looking at artists like Jackson Pollock, Vasily Kandinsky, who are primarily painters using shapes and lines and colors. Dale Chihuly uses abstract paintings in a different way. As he's no longer able to create his own work anymore physically, his big part is in making his designs and sketches. So as we look at this painting over here on the left, this is actually a design, a painting, an abstract painting that he made to help him create this piece over here, which is on the ceiling of the Bellagio in Las Vegas. Here's a closer look down here. But he uses this action painting style to help him come up with his abstract designs. Here's another example where Dale Chihuly uses abstract paintings to show us a design of a sculpture that he's going to create. Later on, there will be a video link that you guys will be able to look at to see him in action, but he'll line up papers and he'll just have bottles of paint and he'll go around and he just puts down colors. And it's just a very fast moving thing. And then he takes these paintings and creates sculpture ideas out of them. It's pretty cool to see the similarities between the two. Here's another example of a piece done by Dale Chihuly. He's done a whole series of these C forms, as he calls them, where they're different colors, different shapes. Maybe they have different pieces inside of it. But here again, we can see the correlating painting that maybe he wasn't trying to make this sculptural piece, but it helped him, it inspired him to design it. So, as we begin our next part of our lesson here, as you guys are going to be creating your own action painting to help us out with the sculptural piece later on. Before we go, I would like you to take a look at this video link here. And this is going to take you to a portion of Dale Chihuly where you'll be able to see him in action as he's doing his action painting, as he's creating his abstract sketches to help him with his sculptural pieces.